In the year 1823, James Monroe, the last of the Virginia dynasty and the head of the seemingly unipolar Democratic-Republican Party, formalized a momentous yet profoundly manipulative assertion of national will. This was the moment the United States claimed a hemisphere as its own. Ostensibly, the Declaration, which would later be called a doctrine, was a shield. It was crafted to protect the newly independent and fragile republics of Latin America from the return of Spanish and other European monarchies. This premise of protection was the first layer of manipulation. It framed the United States as a benevolent elder brother, yet the republics to the south had neither been consulted nor asked for this tutelage. It was an unsolicited claim of guardianship over their destiny, establishing a sphere of influence, not through mutual agreement, but through unilateral decree. The immediate, unethical aim was not just to keep Europe out, but to ensure that the U.S. remained the sole powerful nation capable of filling the resulting vacuum. At the very moment Monroe declared the American continents are henceforth not to be considered as subjects for future colonization, the United States was aggressively prosecuting its own agenda of westward expansion, a relentless movement known as Manifest Destiny. The Declaration, in essence, created a massive double standard. European imperialism was to cease, but American expansion, driven by the displacement of indigenous peoples and the later seizure of Mexican territory, was implicitly endorsed and strategically cleared of competition. It was a manipulative gesture of do as I say, not as I do, securing a vast field for the U.S. to pursue its own territorial ambitions while cloaking the action in the moralizing language of anti-colonialism. The negative legacy of this 1823 action would unfurl over the next century. This claim of regional hegemony would be seized upon by future presidents to justify countless acts of intervention. The protective shield quickly morphed into a weapon. It became the moral and legal pretext for an era of gunboat diplomacy, the installation of puppet regimes, economic coercion, and military occupations in Central America and the Caribbean. The principle of sovereignty, which the doctrine claimed to defend for the newly free nations, was routinely and cynically violated by the very nation that had promised to be their guardian, all stemming from the manipulative seeds sown in that seemingly benign congressional message.